Yeah, so how you doing, guys? I thought it's about time I show you my cars or the cars I've collected over time. I'll talk about them, just sort of try and remember as many details as I can. It's hard, I've got a terrible memory when it comes to stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's my Skyline, my Chevy, a couple of Hondas, my drift car and stuff. I'm converting into drift car at the moment because I want to start drifting. I've got two cars that I want to use for racing. My first car that I bought and my EP3. I've just done my race license. It's a big dream of mine. I wanted to start a business first to get that out of the way and get it going. And now I want to start racing, so it'd be pretty cool to take you on a journey with me. So I started YouTube basically to like work, build and inspire people to sort of do the same thing. And I've done all this from hard work. This is like from labor, grafting and stuff. Now I want to work smart and sort of build the company into sort of like a brand. And yeah, like I said in previous videos, my company's called Dream Bodywork. So it's my dream to start a body shop or a garage just working on cars doing mechanical. Bit cheesy, but like I said, but it was my dream and it was just a name that came straight to my mind. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do it. But yeah, it's going pretty good. It's taken me, I don't know, I think I've been doing it now for about 7 years. It's been hard, there's been really tough times and stuff like that, and I'm going to sort of go through the ins and outs of everything and just let you know what, yeah, the struggles and stuff. And obviously the positive bits as well. They said these are all my toys, bought these cars over time. I love them. To be honest, I got a bit of a weird mix of cars here. I've got quite a few Jap cars, German cars and an American car. I'll go through them all. The main thing is with my channel is going to be sort of, yeah, working, building and inspiring others to start their own businesses. I used to have like a lot of mental issues, as in like my mind was always all over the place, but starting my own business has actually cleared my mind. I can't wait to get up in the morning because I can't wait to get to work. I've been going around in circles. I've been doing a lot of labor for a long time and now I'm trying to work smart. So it's by creating a brand, any social media stuff I can do, like make an online shop. So that's what I want to do next and keep doing it, because otherwise I said I'm just going to be doing labor stuff to the day I die, you know what I mean? So I just want to try and expand everything. Yeah, so this is my 1973 Chevy Nova. Yeah, so this is my 1973 Chevy Nova. It's weird because I got a lot of Jap stuff and my favourite car is probably this one. Not because it's like fast or good handling or anything, it's just cool to drive, you know what I mean? It's like the sound, it's a bit tighty inside. I like it because it's a bit old school, you know what I mean? Like the dashboard's all cracked up and everything. We just go out on it in the summer, we only use it in the summer. Just, it starts up and drives, that's it at the moment. It's got a cage. It actually came from Hollywood, California. Don't know exactly which spot they said. I know it's Hollywood, California. It's not that tidy. Paint job on it's terrible, but it's, like I said, it's rough and ready. You can just take it out and use it. So it's got a small block Chevy. They've actually put the engine far as back as possible because I think it used to have a big block in it. But yeah, there's no fan on it at the moment because I've used it for a Skyline. So we've just used it for temporarily. I'm gonna eventually do a full respray on it at some point. It's not a real Yenko either, so I bought it like this. It's got Johnny Cash for president on the back as well. I said, yeah, it's just cool to take out. You just take it out in the summer. It's basically, it's a really good shell as well, as in like they say it's rust free, if you know what I mean. So you got like rust discoloration on there, but it's like a solid chassis. It's all been welded as well, notched and welded, so then it's obviously it won't twist. But eventually what I'm going to do is put full independent suspension on the rear, disc conversion on the rear as well, and then I'll probably put LS motor in it and manual gearbox. But yeah, it's cool, man. Like this car, I said, it doesn't need to go fast or anything at the moment. It's just a nice cruiser. Yeah, straight pipes is pretty noisy. Yeah, this is an EP3 that I bought off my friend because I'm starting a race and I want to race in Castle Combe Hot Hatch. I'm going to probably use this one because it's more competitive because it came with the 2 litre from factory, whereas the Civic EK, I put a 2 litre K20 in it, and this one it'd be more competitive. So I think I'm probably just going to fully strip it. Pretty good shell, to be honest. Got it off my friend Garce, and yeah, I'm just going to dump a bit of money in it at some point, but it probably won't be till next year now. But we're going to get it inside, take all the interior out, put a full cage, obviously just get the brakes and everything, suspension, and obviously tune the engine as well. So, but yeah, it's pretty standard inside. Let's have a look. Just got the partial shelf and everything in. But yeah, this is all coming out anyway, so we're just going to fully strip it. But yeah, there's not much to say about that one, to be honest. But yeah, this is my E92. But yeah, this is my E92 325D. This, I'll tell you what, this is the best car I've ever owned. It's fast, well, it's pretty nippy, it's good on fuel, the speakers are good, it's a good all-round car. So basically we're going to go to Spain again in this year. I'm actually going to put a tow bar on it and trailer the Skyline. So yeah, I'm going to get it mapped and everything as well. But yeah, apart from that, it's really clean. Yeah, the interior is pretty clean on this one as well. Just, yeah, pretty basic, man. Yeah, I'd say like out of every car I've had, this is the best all-round car. So this, like, it's comfy, the speakers are good, drives nice, it's pretty quick. Yeah, obviously can get a bit boring because it's diesel, but said it's just a nice all-round car. Aircon as well. Yeah, so this is my Mitsubishi GTO. But yeah, guys, this one's going to look a bit bad. It looks like it's got barnacles on it or something from the ocean. But yeah, this used to be my dad's car. It's been off the road since 2012. I'll tell you the story about it. So when I was driving it, I took it and put a new exhaust system on it for my dad. I was driving it and the cam belt went. We've been off the road since then and he just gave it to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this one on the channel as well. So it'd be pretty cool to see. I think it's done the rockers, it's done it might have done the valves as well. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a leak down test on it. I'm going to probably take the heads off as well just to check and inspect everything. So we might be able to just put a set of heads on it. The only thing is it's a manual, non-turbo. To be honest, we haven't got anything to showcase our work. Like my car, my Civic and my Skyline, I painted that back in the day. It's not like a job we would do for our customers because our customers' cars, I want them immaculate and mint. So I think what we would do is build this one and then we can keep it nice for the channel, keep it nice if we go to shows or anything. We can take it along and you can see the finish of our product. But yeah, I'll show you around it. It's okay. It said underneath all the seals on that are straight. There's no rusty bits underneath like really bad. It's just the paint on it's really bad. Like I'll show you it now. Faded pretty bad, man. But like I said, these wheels as well, I've been told they're like mega rare. They're called Chevron Racing. But they're 3-piece wheels. They need refurbing big time. But I'll probably buy a new set of wheels for this anyway. I'm going to strip it down and give it a new lease of life, man. Said they're pretty cool, man. Like I said, they got the pop-up headlights. None of my other cars have got pop-up headlights, so I just want to make this look pretty sick. But I just want to get a nice fitment on it as well, like I have on the Skyline. The Mitsubishi, the arch panels on them, that's so massive. Like you said, look how big. That's 18-inch wheels, and look how big the arch is. That's ridiculous. So there's a company called Twins that we do with the 300ZXs. And I think what I'll do is get like a bumper off them because that actually comes closer to the wheel here. But get new wheels for it, change the colour, and just like I said, make it into a nice car. I don't like twin exhaust either, so I'm going to put a single on it. Get rid of the twins, put a nice, decent stainless steel on there, like a HKS or something. Yeah, like I said as well, I want to start racing. Well, I'm definitely going to start racing. I want to start drifting as well. So we just built the E46. Me and the girlfriend been doing bits to it. We've done a quick prep and painted it in a pure grey by Volkswagen, like a Volkswagen colour. I've tubbed the arches, done it properly as well. So like trimmed it right up. So yeah, basically cut all the inner arches out, welded it and tubbed it. Put the over fenders on it as well. We said the only thing we've got to sort out is a little piece for here because I don't like how close it is to the tyre. There's nothing special in that at the moment. Put a hydraulic handbrake in it. It's the first one I've ever installed, so I should have put an extra steering wheel, but that'll do for the moment. It's 325 petrol, straight 6. But yeah, it's pretty sick, man. We welded diff as well. It's got the T-hees on it as well. Not T-e's, but it's got the T-hees on it. But yeah, man, it's pretty sick. I like the colour of it as well. But I said the over fenders we put on there, so when we crash it, I can just put new over fenders on it. And then obviously I got the jig as well, so it'll be pretty sick, man. But yeah, here's the EF, man. We're going to build this one on the channel. Might just keep it championship white. This is off a friend of mine, so I got this one off of him. And yeah, it's pretty sick. It's got the CRX front end on it with the front panel, and yeah, it's a pretty sick car, man. It's got like a center exhaust pipe on it as well. So what we're going to do, I did want to paint it red, but I'm not sure yet at the moment, so I'm going to obviously sort that out and probably put the exhaust pipe back through here. I want to do like an OEM plus build with it, or like the Kanjo style. So it's got the jump leads in it, and it's got the seats out of the Accord Type R on it. But yeah, I just want to make it nice, man. Just put a roll cage in the back of it. Well, full cage, pretty cool. It's just got the B16 in it as well. The only problem is it's got it's got a cable clutch in it, not hydraulic, and it is a nightmare to drive at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all this, all the ABS system, get rid of all that, and then just tidy it up, just make it like clean. So it's had the front panel welding on. Yeah, man, this is a cool little car. Just good for going for a little blast. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do with that one, it's just like when friends come over and we want to go for a drive, they can like drive that one or one of the other ones, so we can all go for a little blast. So that's what I want to do with this one. I said the red, I want to do it that red Honda colour. We'll see, man. I think a lot of people, my nephew said I'll keep it white, so probably stick to white at the moment, see how we get on. Yeah, so guys, as a kid, I always wanted to, I watched Fast and Furious, man, for the first time. I went to, was it Blockbusters? And there was a film with a car in the front of it, and I was like, said to my mum, I was like, can we get this film? It's got a car on it and stuff like that, and it said Fast and Furious. And at the start, the first clip, there's 3 Honda Civics going around, they're underneath the lorry, and I was like, I want to get a Honda Civic, that's what I'm getting. Obviously growing up around my brother, he always had Renaults, and I was like, I want to get something different, so I bought this Honda Civic. I saved up for it. I think I saved £1,000 up. My dad was like, I want to get you your first car and stuff. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I've seen the films, you know what I mean? You're a naughty kid, they take the keys off you. I was like, no, I'm not having that. So I went and bought a Honda Civic for £800, bought it off an old lady, and she had 3, you know the mats you get at the end of your door? She had 3 of them in the footwell, on each footwell. So I was like, you can tell it was looked after. And I went out on it with my friend Jamie, and we were like, yeah, it's got VTEC, man. It was but yeah, I got that, and then the problem is my insurance was like £4,000. It wasn't that much, but I was getting quotes of like £4,000 because it was a 1.5 LSI. I had to go on my mum's insurance. I think my dad was on there as well at the time, so just trying to get the insurance down as much as possible. But yeah, got there in the end. But yeah, this is it, man. I said I've had it for 16 years. Tell you what, man, I've had some stories in this car. I won't go into too many details on it because it's some naughty stories from when I used to race around in it. But I've obviously crashed it. I've drilled the roof off on it. It used to have a sunroof, sort of any little rust imperfections on the arches, that's all been done. I've put a K20 in it. It used to have a B18 C6 in it. But yeah, I took it to Nürburgring twice. I went there when I was 17. And yeah, man, it's sick. I do like it. It's just, it's a bit hard. It's horrible to drive on the road now. It's good for going out for an hour or two. But once you've been out on it, you want to get out of it. It's too loud. It's obviously fully stripped out now as well. And yeah, so obviously, because I'm going to start racing, I want to use this one. People think I'm a bit crazy, but I'd rather crash it myself than someone else crash it. Because at the moment, it's just sat in the garage doing nothing, and I just think it's a bit sad, really. I want to use the car. I didn't buy these cars to just leave them in the garage. I bought every single one to use them in a certain way. If not, I'm going to actually sell some anyway, because I don't want them just sat around doing nothing. But yeah, I'll show you around it. Yeah, because everyone has their things to go away and stuff. I mean, the Civic was my thing. I mean, my little, was it my happy place or something? I mean, I put my music on, some bit of drum and bass, or like some trance or something like that, and I used to go for long drives in it. And yeah, it was sick, man. I used to drive around Bristol all the time. I used to have a little route. I used to drive down a road. That's a road called Gloucester Road. We used to drive down through Gloucester Road, through town, up around the Downs. Yeah, some cool places in Bristol where I'm from. It's come with me the whole way. I said I put a new front panel on it. It's not always been this clean. When I was 17, I always wanted a B18 C6, and that was like the badass engine out of the DC2. So I bought a DC2 with a friend of mine, and I'd done the whole swap. I've never done a swap before. I'd done the whole swap in 12 hours, so like flat out. Yeah, I dropped it all in. Some mounts didn't line up, but I sorted that out, and I didn't know how to do the wiring. So what I'd done is I took all the wiring out of the DC2, put it on the floor, and I thought technically it should start in the car. Put it all in, wired it all in, and it didn't start. It was just one bad earth. So if any of the lads have ever had a problem with a Honda not starting, I was like, check the earths. And about 90% of the time it's because they didn't have a good earth on the car. There is little imperfections on it. But said, you got to think a 17-year-old kid doing all these bits, and said I've changed bits over time. Like that's a DC2 dashboard. I said out of the DC2, because obviously I put the wiring loom in, didn't know how to wire it, so I put the whole loom out of the DC2 in, and then obviously I had to put the clocks in. Said now I'm going to be racing it, I'm actually going to have to take this cage out as well. I do like it. Said I want to get a cage that's, what do you call it, MSA compliant and obviously up to date. Said that's a K-tune shifter, Sparker Evo seats, TRS harnesses. There's not much to talk about inside, there's nothing in there. I got to put all up to date fire extinguisher systems in there, open the boot as well, I'll show you in the boot. It's pretty basic inside. I said I got the yellow speed racing coilovers. I drilled out the roof, that's now got the place where the sunroof used to be. And obviously I spot welded it on the top, or plug welded it. Got yellow speed racing brakes on there as well. Is it the MB6 rear hub conversion? I bought this back in the day thinking it'd be real awesome, so it stops the drag on the rear bumper. But as time goes on, I found out it actually doesn't do anything. But I got anti-roll bar underneath as well, just to block anti-roll bar. R888 tyres. Yeah, so there's the engine, guys. It's got the K20 in it as well. It's a K20 A2. I believe it's out the EP3. And it's got a DC5 gearbox as well with the Hasport mounts. A Tegawa alley radiator, which I'm going to probably put a smaller one on there as well. As I said, it's a pretty sick car. Pretty simple to drive. It's pretty rapid as well, man. So I always paint, on all my cars, I paint the scuttle panels gloss black, because I was always fed up of putting not back to black, but like tire shine on it or something, because it always goes on the window. Well, not tire shine, but just obviously black trim renovator. Just go through the list of the bits I've done to this one. I'll try and remember anyway. There's so many bits of the whole car and remember everything I've done. I'll pop the bonnet open. But yeah, man, I bought this car when I was like 22, and I bought this car from a company called JDM Garage in Holsworthy. But yeah, long story short, I had it for a long time, and then the engine blew up. Obviously, it was my own fault. Just like I had it for years before the engine went. It's just the bottom end went. Typical Skyline stuff. I actually bought this engine off them as well. So it's it came out of a border racing demo car, which was a 33 Skyline, fully built HKS engine, 2.8 stroker, low mileage. Said my friend actually owned it previously as well, that engine. It's probably good for up to 1,000 brake horsepower, give or take, depending on the map. Everything that's put onto the engine is capable of 1,000 brake horsepower. I'll run around 700 at the moment because of the gearbox. I need a different gearbox because obviously to handle the power, and I want to get a roll cage because obviously being an old car, they're not that strong. So obviously, yeah, I want to start tracking it as well. We're going to Spain in the summer, so I'm getting it ready. Just got to sort some bits out. I use the car, know what I mean? I'm not expecting it to be immaculate all the time. It's got the tiny imperfections on it. It's nothing like major. I want to get some new quarter glasses at some point. But yeah, I would say it's a clean example. Just needs some TLC, but like I said, my customer's cars come first. I said the interior is pretty good. It's just got a tablet as well, just to show us what's going on. I need to make a gator for there. I've ordered a boot for there, and yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty box standard inside. Kept it sort of an OEM plus. Yeah, got the big Alcons on it as well. 6 pots on the front and 4 pots on the rear. We said I've done every single bit in here. A friend of mine called Mike was helping me on the Sunday nights and stuff like that. My friend James TIG welded these on for me as well, so we put all these on in place. So yeah, there's a lot of hours gone into underneath the inlet manifold as well. There's a Hypertune V2 from Hypertune. Got a G35 1050 turbo, K&M filter. Everything's been zinc plated, Koyo rad, Ross Performance damper, Ross Performance trigger kit, O-Ling coilovers, injected dynamic 1050cc injectors, I guess they're 1,000, and yeah, Turbo Smart wastegate, Turbo Smart fuel pressure regulator, Newt Performance catch can. Oh yeah, and a bloke made me a nice manifold as well, so APW, he's sick. If you want any welding done on manifolds, he's sick, he's the guy to go to. Because I always wanted the forward facing turbo, I always wanted it further forward, so I wanted it sort of kick like that. Me and my mate Mike packed the downpipe together, made it up ourselves, so it's a 4-inch all the way through, so 4-inch all the way through to 3.5-inch reducer to a HKS silent high power. So obviously I want to put 4-inch all the way through at some point, but I really like the style of the HKS, because it's got the kick, that's what I've always wanted, the kick to the angle. Also, funny story, you probably might have seen it on another video, but this badge was actually just a cheap, non-genuine £5 badge. At the time, I couldn't afford to buy a £400 badge, £300 badge. But yeah, like I said, I've owned this car, man, since before I had my business on a little wage, you know what I mean? I managed to get it. Always wanted one. Obviously I had the Honda Civic and some other cars, but I always wanted the 32. But I couldn't afford it at the time anyway, either as well. Obviously, I've never borrowed money, and I tried to take a loan, couldn't get one. And then, yeah, basically my mum, my brother, myself, and ex-partner at the time, we all chipped in, got it, and then I bust my ass and just paid them all back in a year. They said, yeah, for the first year I didn't feel like I owned the car because obviously I owed money on it, but now I own it. Yeah, I paid £12,000 for the car. It said 30,000 miles on the clock as well. Obviously it's got Nismo clocks in it, so they've been changed. I also put a set of N1 headlights in it as well. Always wanted them, but it had the projectors on there beforehand, and I could only find one N1 headlight, and if you know the prices of these, are ridiculous. So I bought two smashed up ones. Well, I bought a smashed up one and a good one, and I made two good ones out of the bits. Yeah, apart from that, it's getting there. I always spray these gloss black on my cars. Like I said, I think I said it on the Civic. It's just so you don't have to keep putting stuff on there to treat the plastic. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Like I said, done every single bit on it. To be honest, I'd like to do a full respray on it at some point, but to be honest, I use it and it's going to get chipped up. But I'm gonna definitely change the color of the wheels. I kind of want a brush look. I like raw metals, so probably go for a brush look, or we'll probably spray them. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just drop this one in. This is a customer's car of mine. Basically, my cars, they're all okay, but I would dream to have a paint job like this. So me and Corey done a full bare metal respray on this car. Whole front end's been PPF'd. Our friend done all the engine work and such a good job on it as well. His name's Jimmer from Power Z. His work is flawless. We work together. He causes me stresses, I cause him stresses. And no, to be honest, it's good teamwork. This is the sort of work me and Corey do. Every panel's been stripped back to bare metal. We epoxy it, put all the panels back on, measure the gaps, check everything, and then we do our repairs, then we prime it, and then so on. You can see the finish, and that's been PPF'd. The only issue is it went to a garage after me and Jimmer. They flattened the seals and just scratched up some bits, and there was a little thing on it so we need to fix. But yeah, like with this car, and this is the sort of stuff we do. We took every single window out. Once we finish the paint jobs, what we do is we flat and polish every single panel off the car, and polish up through the stages by hand to keep the panel still as flat as possible, and then we polish them up to glass. My car doesn't look like that. Not being funny, but I can't afford one of my own paint jobs at the moment. I'd love one, but the amount of hours that has to go into them is ridiculous. So at the moment, we keep doing it for our customers, and hopefully we can start doing some stuff for the channel. But the amount of hours that has to go into this is ridiculous. What I'll do is I'll just show you my nephew's car as well. He's sort of like helping us do the editing and everything as well now. So we're going to try and work together as a team, and it should just make everything a lot easier. Yeah, I'll show you his car. Yeah, so this is a S14 with a S15 front end. He's got some Strom wheels. So yeah, he's building this one to start drifting. It's basically a fully forged motor now. Just need to send it off for mapping. We just need to find someone to do it. We'll figure out where he's going to do it, and obviously we're going to paint the rear end for him as well. He's done the front end, the back end was done ages ago or somewhere, but I said we're going to sort the rear end out for him so it matches the front. You can see the difference in colour. Woo! Yeah, so guys, it's funny, got all the cars back away, so we keep them garage. But what I'm going to do is in one of the next videos, I'm going to show you my brother's collection, like his Renaults. He's turning from Renaults now to Japanese cars, so it's pretty cool. We're turning to the dark side. What I'll do is I'll do an in-depth video of each car, do some rolling shots, cinematics and stuff like that, and I'll just show you what the cars sound like and what I'm doing with them. So yeah, guys, with like the cars I've got and stuff, it's not like I'm not a rich dude. It's obviously I work a lot, I work really hard, and I want to take you along the journey now. I think it's about time I start videoing as much as I can without trying to get modelled up with the videos. So what I'm going to do is buy some cool camera gear, start filming everything. My nephew's helping me now edit the videos, so it's just a cool little team. This is F14, so you're going to see that on the channel. You're going to see my brother's collection. But the main thing I want to do with the YouTube is inspire the younger generation and show you can still bust your ass and graft, and you can buy the things that you want to get, and then obviously invest in your money and try to create other income. So that's what I'm going to do with my life at the moment. I didn't do too well in school. My grades were okay, but I said I've always had a drive to do my own thing, and that's what I want to sort of inspire others to do. Thank you for watching the video. If you could like, comment and subscribe and check out our merchandise store, that'd be wicked. Cheers guys, thank you.